Welcome back, YouTube. Tartineo. Today we're talking about another topic specifically geared for those who are coming to Korea. So I hope you guys have been watching the last video. Not sure what to do to prepare for coming to Korea, what research you should be doing. I got you covered. Your boys got you covered. Anyways, today I wanted to go over, is Korea a safe country? Is it the place that you have to worry about and look over your shoulder constantly and worry about where you're going to go at night and things like that? That is the topic for today's video. So I hope you guys are ready. Once again, if you like the content that I make, like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. It means the world to me. I would love it so much. But I know that there's a lot of information out there, and I want to try to concise everything in one place. That way you guys have the most amount of efficient information possible before you make your journey to Korea, and make it a safe and pleasant one as well. So let's get started. So you've arrived in Korea, English is fine, or whatever language you're using. You can get by without not knowing too much Korean. But is it a safe place to travel? Well, according to the Korean Herald, it is the 43rd safest country in the world, top 50, let's go. The safest countries being in Europe, mostly. I think that the top ones were like Netherlands or something like that. But anyways, top 50 is still very good. In my personal experience, I think Korea is a very, very safe country. I've not experienced any kind of danger at all, but I did want to let you guys know it does kind of depend per person on what you're doing, where you're going, those kind of things, because there is no such thing as a perfectly safe country. But coming from America, oh boy, it is so much better. I mean, this is a country where you can go to a public space like a cafe, leave your wallet down, leave your laptop, leave your phone, everything on the table, walk away for a couple of minutes, 30 minutes or whatever, even an hour, if you're taking that long in the bathroom, I don't know. Anyways, you're gone for a while, and your stuff will still be there. That doesn't fly in America. That stuff will be gone if you leave it alone, especially in a public. I don't even know why, even in a public space, people are they're prone to stealing. Again, not every place in America, not everyone. It's not a country of thieves, but it's the chances are higher. But in Korea, yeah, it's typically people they don't do it. Now there could be a lot of different reasons for that. Could be the kind of mentality of we are one, like there's no reason to disrespect another person's things. It could all be the thousands of CCTV watching you from every direction. Could be a big deterrent. I think that's in my opinion, is one of the biggest reasons. It's just like there are so many CCTVs everywhere. So no matter what, they're gonna get you. They'll find you. In terms of confrontations, I think Korean people are the least confrontational. But I can give this kind of opinion. Please keep in mind, I can give this kind of opinion because of who I am. I say this all the time, but it sounds really awful, but it's just the truth. I am a white American male. I look exactly like what they imagine an American male should look like. And that's part of the reason why I don't get any kind of like hate or violence or anything around me. They just don't want to do it. However, if you are a woman coming to Korea, it is a little different. I've heard some stories, but nothing like crazy, nothing like very, very dangerous. It's still pretty safe for women to walk around at night alone. I know that sounds terrifying, but they can walk alone at night and be safe. But again, please keep in mind that it's not always the case. You should always still be safe no matter what. But typically, in most cases, I haven't heard of too many like crazy things. There are some crazy news stories. For example, there are lots of stories. I shouldn't say lots. That doesn't really emphasize the safe part. There are some stories of like some crazy guys like killing their girlfriend because they broke up with them or something, like some really, really dumb, asinine things. Like there are some things like that. There are events like that happen. I mean, there was a man who killed, I think it was his wife, in my neighborhood last year. But again, like those situations are so far and rare compared to the stuff that happens in America with school shootings and all of that. And I know this is a sensitive topic, but I just want to let you guys know that it is a very safe country, no matter what. And like I said, there are CCTV, there are cameras everywhere at all times. So it's something you get used to, in all honesty. So if you're thinking about, oh, am I going to get robbed? No, not really. If you're thinking about you're going to get mugged or you're going to lose your things, chances are not really. It's not like one of those countries where like you have to bring like a special bag to put your passport and all that stuff in. No, you don't have to worry about any of that. No one's going to be taking your stuff. If you lose something, it might be because you dropped it. And even if you drop something, for example, in my case, I had dropped this is a long time ago when I was in university. I dropped my ID card, but my ID card was also kind of my bank card. It's kind of hard to describe, but if you go to university in Korea, you maybe understand. Anyways, you get an ID card that is also your bank card, which is cool. But I had dropped it and I didn't even notice, but it was like right away, someone had like tapped behind me and it's like, hey, you dropped this. I was like, oh my God, that would have been really bad. So that, again, that doesn't always happen, but chances are if you lose something, someone will pick it up, give it to a police box or something like that. So it is 100% safe. Now, there is one downside though. Korea can be a little discriminatory. And I've done a lot of research, mostly by the Korea Herald and another online news article, The Star. But there have been some research, like, it's very strange. Like, it doesn't even just go with like discrimination. It's like classism. It's very, very, very interesting. Not in a good way. But there is some discrimination based off of like what country you come from almost. So if you come from a country that is more well developed, like say for America, and you have like this skin tone, you got zero problems. You got almost no problems whatsoever. However, if you are a darker skin color and you come from like a poorer country, apparently there is a lot of discrimination. Again, I don't come from that kind of background, so I can't say from my personal experience. I was reading a news article and there was a couple of Indian guys who were university students. They wanted to go out to one of the clubs, but the bouncer like did not let them in. Like they just refused service to these men because of where they came from. It's blaming that like, oh, there's all kinds of problems because of them, blah, blah, blah. And there's a lot of like Protestant Christians who are very, very anti certain groups because of their religions and stuff like that. So there can be some discriminatory issues. So that can kind of lead into like whether Korea is not safe for you or not. So that might be something to think about. Korea really likes to publicize like they're a really open and friendly country, but they're open and friendly to people of certain groups of certain countries. They don't really advertise the other part. And they like people who look like them or look like they come from a certain country, which is really, really, really sad. I'm sad that I don't have really the experience to really explain that. I wish I had somebody else here who could give another opinion, but there are a couple articles, like I said, the Korea Herald and the Star articles. I personally read the Korea Herald a lot for any kind of news like that, and they did do a couple articles kind of describing this kind of particular situation. I personally haven't really experienced anything bad. I did experience one thing, and this is usually with the older generation. It was only one time, but it was really like, it did really feel bad. I was dating somebody at the time who was Korean, and apparently this older gentleman did not take kindly to the fact that I was dating a Korean. And although at the time I didn't know any Korean, I didn't know anything, and I didn't hear it, but she did. And she felt really bad because she explained it to me afterwards that the guy was like saying all kinds of really bad words and cussing her out and me out for being in a relationship. So although it wasn't kind of directed toward me and the guy wasn't directly confrontational to me, that did happen. Although I will say this though, there was like this group of like high school kids that were super cool. They were like taking the heat away from that old guy. Like they were trying to calm him down to like avoid a worse situation, which was really, really, really cool, but that did happen. So that was like the only time that I've ever experienced any kind of discrimination. And since then, I've never had it. I mean, if you ask every other person who looks like me, the same answer will be given. It'll be like, oh, Korea's a great place. I don't know what people are talking about. No one No one bothers me. Everyone's so open and friendly and kind and helpful. That's only if you look like us. That's only if you have this, this perfect, beautiful face. But yeah, so that can play into the fact that whether Korea is safe or not for you. So I don't want to discourage people from coming to Korea based on where you're from. I still think, I know that there are tons of people out there who dream of coming to Korea, regardless of background or religion or anything like that, whether it's for travel or for living. For travel, it might be a little bit better. You might not experience it that much, but if you're living here and working here, that's when it gets a bit harder. So to kind of summarize all of this, to wrap it all up, Korea, yes, is a very safe country. You're not going to be mugged or stabbed or anything like that. There are no guns here, so you'll be perfectly safe. You're not going to lose your items unless you personally lose it. No one's going to be coming in your house. All houses don't have keys. They have nub pads and everything, so you're not going to worry about that too much. However, depending on what country you come from, whether it's a very well-developed country or not so developed country, depending on what your religion and beliefs, values, sexuality, and skin color are, you might face some kind of discrimination. So that does, it unfortunately does suck a lot. So keep that in mind. But if you're aware of it and you know that exists, hopefully that knowledge will help you in your transition to Korea. So again, I don't want to discourage people from coming. I just want to give you guys the most information possible. So thanks again for watching. I hope you guys found this video, informational. And next week, we got a really, really special video. We're not going to be in the house. we're going to go out. The weather's been great. We're going to go out because it's cherry blossom week. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys are excited. I am. I love the cherry blossoms, dude, especially in Gyeongju. All right. Anyways, peace out, guys. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.